In the far northern reaches of Skyrim, nestled between frost-bitten cliffs and blizzards that never rest, lies a place few known, and even fewer survive. The Chill. To most, it's not even a location. They've never heard of it, never seen it on the map, and certainly never dared to stumble into it by chance. It doesn't announce itself, nor does it offer the illusion of justice and fairness. Instead, it whispers a warning in the howling wind. This is where Winterhold sends those they wish forgotten, and within its glacial prison walls lies the skeletal remains of prisoners long dead. Silent, frozen figures who raise more questions than answers. The Chill is unlike any other prison in Skyrim. It is the only hold facility not managed by jailers or city guards, but by conjured frost atronics. Elemental beings of ice who offer no sympathy, no nourishment, and no reprieve. And in the farthest corners of this glacial cave, you find them. Locked cages, bedrolls iced over with time, and the bones of those who never left. But who are they? Why are they left to die? And what does this unassuming location tell us about Winterhold, the college, and the darker undercurrents of Skyrim's justice system? The Chill is not labelled on any map and cannot be found through exploration alone. In fact, the only way most players discover it is through an arrest in the hold of Winterhold, one of the least populated and most isolated regions in Skyrim. When you choose imprisonment over a fine in this hold, instead of waking up in a city cell, you awaken in a cave. The walls are slick with frost, the air is heavy with silence, the cells are small, metallic cages with adept-level locks. 3 of them line the cave's walls. Each cage contains a bedroll, some bones, and all emit a chilling aura of neglect. But unlike other jails in Skyrim, there is no exit mechanism, no waiting guard to release you after time has passed. This is a place where you are meant to escape or die in. But what truly sets the Chill apart is what you find when you look closely at the details. 2 of the cages contain human remains. There are no journals, no named markers, no dialogue triggers to identify them. The game offers no quest or backstory. It gives you only the image of these bones, curled up on bedrolls sealed behind iron bars. The implication is bleak. These were real prisoners, once alive, who died from exposure, starvation, or perhaps even at the hands of the frost trolls themselves. One cannot help but wonder, why are they so forgotten? Were they simply low-level criminals the Jarl wished to dispose of? Were they mages cast out of the College of Winterhold for breaking rules that went too far? Or were they political prisoners? People whose continued existence threatened the fragile order of a crumbling hold? There is one possibility that adds a particularly tragic angle. The college has a dark history. Members involved in necromancy, Daedric worship, and magical incidents have vanished with little explanation. These skeletal remains may be proof of those stories, evidence that the college doesn't exile its most dangerous members to the wilds, but locks them away in the Chill, where their mistakes can be quietly erased. While every other hold in Skyrim uses guards and jailers to maintain order, Winterhold relies on the frost trolls, summoned ice elementals. This is more than a mere aesthetic choice. It's emblematic of how Winterhold views its prisoners, not as citizens who've broken the law, but as expendables. People unworthy of even basic human dignity. These frost atronarchs don't feed, speak, or care. They won't hesitate to kill a prisoner attempting to escape. And their cold, mindless efficiency makes them the perfect tools for silent execution. If a prisoner were to die of starvation or illness, no guard would know. No reports would be filed, no one would ever visit the Chill to retrieve their body. This system absolves any human of moral responsibility. It allows the authorities of Winterhold, whether the Jarl or the college, to maintain plausible deniability. The Chill operates like a machine, and the Frost Atronarchs are its gears. Players have speculated wildly over the years about who the skeletons in the Chill may have been. Some theorists suggest that they could be remnants of the Great Collapse, the mysterious cataclysm that destroyed much of Winterhold and left the city in ruins. Perhaps in the chaos, the Jarl's court turned to the cruel punishments to maintain control. Others think the bones could belong to mages who dabbled in Daedric rituals or Black Soul gem magic, criminal acts even in the arcane lenient halls of the college. Reddit and the Elder Scrolls forums have pointed to possible connections with the Sigic Order or the remnants of the Mythic Dawn, hiding in plain sight and eliminated when discovered. Still, others believe the prisoners may not be criminals at all, but scapegoats. People who knew too much about the college's experiments or who bore witness to things the Jarl's court wanted buried. There's also the uncanny silence about the chill in-game. No NPC mentions it, not even the guards or mages. You only hear about it when you're going to jail. It's almost as if everyone in Winterhold is pretending it doesn't exist. This kind of narrative omission is pretty rare in Skyrim, and often a signal that something darker lurks beneath the surface. The use of magic for containment and execution is a theme deeply ingrained in Skyrim's lore, but in the chill, that theme is taken to its coldest extreme. Unlike the Dwemer ruins, this isn't a mystical place meant to awe, it's meant to erase. Prisoners here aren't just locked away, they're deleted. No one comes looking for them and no one knows their names. It's a brutal metaphor for the unchecked power of Winterhold's institution. The Jarl, weakened and powerless, in a hold lost to time, may be clinging to order by any means. The college, unregulated and secretive, could be using the chill as a dumping ground for their mistakes. And that makes the skeletons more than just a set dressing. They are narrative relics, fossils of a system that no longer sees justice as rehabilitation, but as erasure. Skyrim is full of mysteries, but few are as quietly chilling as the chill. The prison offers no quests, no dialogue, no direct lore, but it tells a story all the same. Through its design, its silence, and the forgotten bones of the prisoners, it paints a picture of a hold struggling to maintain power, a college guarding its secrets, and a justice system that would rather you freeze in silence than be heard in defiance. The skeletons remain not just as relics of failed escapes or neglected prisoners, but as symbols of a broader truth in Skyrim. Sometimes the coldest places aren't just made of ice, they're made of indifference. And in the end, maybe that's the scariest mystery of all. Because even in Skyrim, it's very rare to see something as neglected as this.